Greetings, Professor and classmates. Let's get right to it. My topic was leadership, more specifically, educational leadership, since that is my career path. We will explore what leadership is, its current trends, and how to apply the theory of motivation to help guide those in educational leadership. Leadership. In its simplest terms, leadership is the ability to lead people to reach a common goal. My personal definition of leadership encompasses that one, but expounds. I believe the ability to effectively lead a group of people towards a common goal, utilizing personal experience and competencies, education, and theory, summarizes what leadership truly is. It is important for us as students preparing for the next stage in our career to understand styles, traits, theories, and the need for strong leaders. Being equipped with the knowledge and skills to apply it will give us the competitive edge in any workforce. As Western society has evolved, so has the workforce. The changes in industry and types of jobs available have elicited a change in how companies, schools, and people are managed. Leadership is important to the field of business, education, politics, and many others, because in order for any organization to grow, be profitable, and achieve sustainability, they are trustworthy, competent, reasonable, organized, charismatic, and motivational. It's important to note that there are also different leadership styles and theories. Just a few of the styles are authoritative, coercive, affiliative, and democratic. The two theories that are relevant to the field of educational leadership are transformational and transactional. Educational leadership is a specific area of focus, and it's most relevant to me as my career aspirations are to be a leader in education. It also provided a framework upon which my research was conducted. As mentioned, leadership's traits and types of leaders that are needed are dependent upon the field of study or the environment that that particular leader is in. Leaders in education have to possess the skill set to lead a multitude of people, which may call for a combination of theories to be applied simultaneously. The administrative team at a typical school is responsible for leading teachers and staff, students, and parents. Current problems in leadership is that there is a need to transition from the what of leadership to the how of leadership. Just as I adequately described a brief overview of what leadership is, so do most organizations. Principals, managers, CEOs alike can spend time and money presenting information to employees on what leadership is. There may be seminars and classes on what makes a good leader, and employees may be well aware of what it takes to be a good leader for the environment they are in. But what is lacking is the connection or the means for how to become a good leader. Information is not the problem, but application is. That's where motivation comes in. For instance, there are common questions like, how can we motivate teachers to grow as professionals and meet both the needs of the school and the students that they serve? How can we motivate staff to implement change? How can we motivate students to learn, excel, and be student ambassadors? How can we motivate parents to be involved? To sum it all up, how can we motivate the stakeholders to become leaders? The ability to motivate others was listed as one of the traits that is attributed to good leaders. However, I would like to argue that it may not be the leader's job to directly motivate others through their own actions or words, but rather to create an atmosphere where self-motivation is fostered. When self-motivation occurs, autonomy is produced and leaders are developed. My first introduction to Daniel Pink was a few semesters in my organizational behavior class. I watched this presentation on TED TV entitled The Puzzle of Motivation, and I was intrigued. Daniel Pink is a former law student who used to write speeches for Al Gore. Over the past several years, he has made his mark in the business community by becoming a Wall Street Journal best-selling author and a speaker on topics such as business, motivation, innovation, and leadership. He has quickly been recognized as a leader in his craft. Daniel Pink has contributed greatly to the field of leadership by providing new insight on motivation. He presents a fresh way to view how individuals are motivated. Against decades of ideology. For years, businesses have offered incentives to employees in an attempt to increase high levels of performance and ability. The same is true for the field of education. Incentives are commonly offered to teachers to increase test scores, to seek a master's degree, to coach, to take professional development classes, on and on. Incentives are offered to students to be high achievers or to behave well. Incentives are offered to parents to come and be engaged in learning, such as parties or gifts and different things like that. Daniel Pink's theory is that offering rewards stifles creativity. His research shows that incentives do not work, but actually do harm. His work is driven by three crucial terms: autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Autonomy is the urge to direct employees. In doing so, without intent, he has answered my questions. How do I, as a leader in education, train my teachers to be leaders? How do I develop students into leaders and active learners? How do I engage staff into implementing change? And how do I motivate my parents to be more involved in school? How do I face the challenge of shifting from the what of leadership to the how? The answer is to help each of these stakeholders, which are the teachers, staff, students, and parents, develop into autonomous individuals by helping them identify their purpose. When purpose is fulfilled, individuals will shift into the leaders the organization needs them to be. With the direction that our nation is headed in, we have to be creative to compete globally. In order to change our world, we have to change our thinking and provide an environment that fosters creativity